Oh no, we are live on the internet. Welcome back to the RH Podcast, everybody. You're home to the last week of retro handheld news. I'm Stubbs, joined once again by my co-host Rob, the retro tech dad.
Hey everyone.
Aish from Aish Talks Tech. And our special guest this week, Noah from SteamDeckHQ. Noah, welcome, sir.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
We're sorry we woke you up at a god-awful early time of day for you out in Indonesia there, but we're glad you're here.
It's okay. Part of it is my terrible planning, so.
We're well aware of these kerfuffles on our show, so we're glad you're here, and we want to talk all about Steam Deck games that you've talked about, the new Kingdom Hearts, maybe, if we have time, that new announcement you just heard. We'd love to chat about that. Yes. As far as other handheld stuff for everybody, so this is a big show tonight. So we're going to be having the AYN Odin 2 Mini go live for pre-orders during this live stream. So we're kind of going to switch gears and really get into that when it's time, about 30 minutes into the show here.
Is that the first time that's ever happened?
I think so. Actually, 20 minutes. So we're gonna barrel through. Not only that, but we need to talk about the RG35XXSP has some new firmware options. And we're going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 4 of these Gulikit KK3 Pro controllers, all Hall sticks, fancy. I've been playing with it today and have some thoughts, so we're going to share that. And the rules are in our description, but I'll explain it when we get there, how to enter into that. But let's just hop into the news. So the big one this week, of course, is Knulli has a new alpha. What's on the CRT today, Stubbs? Matt asks. Yeah, today it's Twisted Metal 4 car combat at its finest. And I've got the new layout in here. I've got the standing desk going. But let's chat about Knulli. Okay, so the new alpha is out, the 519 edition, and this hits the 35XX Plus H 2024 and the SP.
Nice.
It brings with it support for Portmaster, which is really cool, and early SP support. So they haven't figured out the lid. Currently does not put it to sleep, as I understand it, but that's coming in a future version here. So
I will say that MinUI, the lid feature is working now.
In MinUI?
Yeah.
Oh well, there's news there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's in a public release yet.
It's not released yet?
But
Okay.
Sean's been testing it, so yeah, and I think I saw
Man, freaking tastic. I should have included that too.
That's okay. I thought we could sneak it in there.
Well, thanks, Dad. So MinUI as well as muOS, the Beans edition is now public, by the way. Oh, and if you want Knulli, you got to support the dev on Patreon and get yourself access to that. But the Beans edition for muOS, which is our second link here, Mr. Rob, there we go. This one is ready to go, and this is public now. It also has Portmaster, some upgrades for Portmaster, a slew of changes. Zoo has been singing its praises. I've been really enjoying it as well. And it is going to have support for the sleep function on the SP as well here in the next version. So early SP support, and we like to talk about that. Now, how are you guys doing? Have we all been playing with our SPs? No, I'm sure you might not have any idea what we're talking about right now.
Oh, I actually know exactly what you guys are talking about. I love how it looks, and I don't have one, but I am very tempted, and I'm very close to buying one, just because I am very fond of the SP design.
Well, we're going to have you back on, and we're going to talk about your favorite handhelds, besides the Steam Deck, of course.
Yes.
And fully
I've
expect you to be
got lots of Windows ones. So.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so, I want to hear about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's mostly Ayaneo. I was really lucky. I was one of the first people to get the Flip, which I still have over there. I love the dual screen design.
You have the real clamshell.
Yes. So, you know, I've got a solid amount, but again, like the main thing that we do is all Steam Deck related. But man, it's so cool seeing how essentially seeing how these handhelds are developing, and the unique designs that they all have, and how they're all kind of just playing to whatever you want. In the end, you have so many choices. You know, it's really cool. Like I never thought I would see like an SP design handheld outside of the GBA, and here we are.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Well, good. Thank you, sir. And we got people going in the live chat. Mikilov, Michael Benny, how's it going out there, everybody? Are you ordering Odin 2s? We want to know. That seems to be the main topic of discussion. But Andrew also on our website has a review out today, as well as Aish. So both of those gentlemen, check it out. And let's add Rob. Yes, there's the SP review there from Andrew, and he was pretty hyped on it. He didn't have an issue with the buttons. In fact, I know, Rob, you didn't either. No. So it makes me feel like I just need to train my thumbs more. I need to get good. Yeah.
To be fair, I had an issue with it.
Right. Yeah, you did. You made it better with some tape, I hear.
I did, yeah. So if you put, right now I tried 3 layers of masking tape, and it made the buttons way quieter and easier to press, but they're also kind of tighter, so the less travel. I'm still kind of playing around with it, but it went from the loudest thing I have to about as loud as the SP. You can actually, I don't know if the mic will even pick it up anymore. I don't think so. Nope. Super quiet now. Well,
nice and quiet.
Switches. Yeah.
You added 3 layers of masking tape, is that right?
Yeah, I need to play around, see if I can get away with 2 and maybe mess with the membranes, but it's promising so far. Like I was playing Metroid on this, and it felt a little bit quieter than the regular SP, and I was also able to hit fighting moves a lot easier, so I wasn't missing Hadoukens anymore. On my video, nice. There's on the D-pad segment, you can see how I'm kind of struggling. I have to press him harder. With the tape on the dome switches, it was easier to hit everything.
Nice, man. And you got the blue.
Still working with it.
So jealous.
If I figure out a better way of doing it so that it feels good, I'll definitely post it, make a video or something. But keep your eye on the Discord. I usually, as soon as I come up with something, I immediately run over there and be like, "Hey guys, look what I found!
Look what I got here! Look what I got here! Here
Videos.
We go!" All right, we'll check out Aisha's mod when he shares a bit more about it. But this thing has been really cool. It's gotten pretty positive press across the board. I didn't love how it gets warm because the battery's above the CPU, of course. We need some sort of heat shield there. But beyond that, I've been playing a ton of GBA on it. Game of the Month, Wario 4. And I want a transparent version so I can slip a sticker in there. So that's
I noticed that we all have different colors, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, I got the silver. You got the black. Aisha's the blue.
What's funny is Ban didn't want the gray, and that's the one he got.
That's the one he got. He'll have to do some tradesies a little bit, swap things around a bit. We'll get there. It'll be all right.
Sounds like something that would happen to me.
And there's the magnets. Stubbs Jr. had an easier time using the buttons than you guys. I know. Yeah, no problem for little Elliot. He had a good time with it.
Yeah.
But speaking
it's not
of
that they're bad. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, speaking of clamshells. Why don't we take a look at the new Miyoo Flip? That thing is still alive, and now it has a new prototype video out. Have you guys seen this? So it shows that it's going to be running Emulation Station, which is another option for folks.
Looks like they're going to be dome switches too.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at that. I don't know about those sticks, though, but I like seeing Emulation Station. But the A30, we saw how that happened, so I don't know. There's a little bit of doubt entering my mind on this one. How do you guys feel?
I feel the same way.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be way too similar to what we just got. Nothing really sets them aside. And by the time this comes out, the SP is going to have way more software, so it's just going to be whether you want a joystick or not. And personally, I think I'm okay with that one. Let's hope they get the software on it right, because the 830, I'm assuming it's going to get better down the road, but right now, it's in a rough state.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking very closely at the footage. I have some doubts about the build quality. I don't know.
Well, Miyoo already said that this is a prototype, and that's not going to be the final plastic, the final look, none of that. So just kind of take it with a grain of salt as it is right now. It's weird that they went with Emulation Station, though. Surprising. I'm surprised they didn't go with like their own custom firmware.
Yeah, well, it's a dual system, they say. So Jintaro was saying on Twitter there that it's going to have Emulation Station and the regular OS. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't like that for Miyoo. I feel like the what made the Miyoo Mini so good is that you just put Onion on it. It's simple to use, and you're good to go. Having a dual system and having to deal with like the Miyoo custom firmware and then Emulation Station and then seeing what else comes just kind of makes it more complicated for people. Just give it to the Onion devs and see if they can make it work.
Yep. Yeah, I think so. As well, you know, I don't know, guys. I think Anbernic knocked it out of the park on this SP, and Miyoo's going to have a bit of a hill to climb at this point. Even though they're getting sticks, I don't know how ergonomic or comfortable that's going to be, and I'm just not totally hyped on it. But it is happening, and they posted that video saying, "Hey, it's still happening." That's a prototype model, so the plastic's not finalized. That's an early EV sample, but
it's still crazy because Anbernic beat the punch twice now.
Yep,
and Miyoo's been teasing this forever.
They're faster.
Yes, that's crazy. By the time this flip comes out, I don't think anybody's gonna care. That's the problem.
We're going to need Onion OS on launch. That's absolutely right. I mean, look what happened to the A30 because we have the stock software. It's not having a great time. There's a small diehard following, which, by the way, if you're interested in the A30, Jim Gray has a new OS coming out called RA30, which is going to be just basic Onion 1.0 style, RetroArch focused, and that's on the way to fix some of the major issues. And performance and all that good stuff for N64 should be looking better. So it's not dead. It's not garbage, but it's also not great. So
I think it's I think there's stock still available for the A30 on the AliExpress website right now.
Yeah, they had a restock happen early this morning.
Yeah, and it still hasn't sold out, which I think the bad press really got to them.
That's telling. Yeah, so
yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Not one I super recommend right now, but I do have a video coming out comparing to the 28XX. Should be out this week, and take a bit of a deeper dive into it. Well, I think now's the moment we've been waiting for. Do we want to talk about the Ayaneo Pocket Micro and DMG first? We have a few minutes till the AYN pre-order time.
I'm down for whatever.
Sure, down for AI handhelds.
Yeah. We saw some real world ones, but it's not much to share, so let's do that quick, and then we'll talk Odin 2, and then we're gonna probably have to take a break while everyone stops watching this to go order their Odin 2 minis. Yeah, let's hop ahead. So Ayaneo's brought out the Pocket Micro and the Pocket DMG. Those are unveiled. So this is overkill, but this is a vertical handheld with the Snapdragon G3X Gen 2, the same as the Pocket S. And it's a bit of a design overkill, but if you're really wanting the most performant vertical handheld you've ever used, this is going to be it. Arthur said it's the same price point as the Pocket S, about. So we're talking $400, $500 for this bad boy. More than the Analog Pocket, more than any vertical you've seen before. Rob's dead. He can't handle it. Just
makes no sense.
Yeah, nothing about this thing makes sense.
No, guys, if this was any other company and we saw this on Indiegogo, we would all immediately say it's a scam. Don't give him any money.
Yeah.
Like the only reason this has a shot is because it's Ayaneo.
We know it's happening. We know it's coming.
We know it's happening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But man,
I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Bright side,
they're
using new sticks. I don't know.
There's a bunch of pictures on their Twitter page, just a bunch.
Let me go to their Twitter
pictures. Now, this one doesn't just have renders. Arthur did show some in hand.
By the way, have you guys seen this?
And there's the new, there's the new
mini
AM01S mini PC with the LED on the front. That's interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, let me focus back on the DMG, and then we'll talk about all these other. Here we go.
Yeah, so there's your stick, left joystick, touchpad, innovative design.
It's a different stick, right? Or it doesn't look like the ones they usually use.
It looks different than what's on the Pocket S.
Yeah,
it's just one stick.
Mm-hmm.
But the
trackpad
too.
And a trackpad.
And it has a touchpad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about this. I do not know about the ergonomics on this. This is... Oh, no. Satisfying the majority of hands, it says. I do not know about that. And you know what? I'm just not sure on Ayaneo's on what they're doing right now. The Pocket S, I kind of get it. I get it, okay? But this, why this? Like, why this chip?
Shame, too, because I actually think the design is pretty cool looking. But
design's kind of cool, but it's
why did they
dead
put
in the
a
water
top-end
with that
Snapdragon
chip.
in
It doesn't
there?
need it. It
Yeah,
makes,
of course not.
but it's going to have a 4.3 OLED display, right? 120 hertz screen.
1080p,
crazy. Yeah.
It's interesting seeing, I guess, the way they're kind of the handhelds that they are bringing out now. At least for me, I've been used to seeing all the Windows handhelds that they've been like releasing, and then recently they've started to kind of branch out into more unique designs, and it feels like that's kind of where they're heading with this kind of stuff. And like I said, like, a lot of there's more handhelds coming out with more unique designs, like the SP design. So I think they're getting in on that and starting to really branch out. And this is Ayaneo, so there's going to be some weird decisions like this, but
yeah,
I think it's interesting to see regardless.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would pay like $400 to $500 for this.
No,
right.
Just that seems a little bit high priced for me, and it's interesting seeing the chip that's in there, and just
it's very niche.
It's very interesting.
Now,
it's just a weird design, which I think they're catching in on, because I think that's where a lot of people, like a lot of companies, are heading. But like Kyle actually just said, like I think for Ayaneo, one of the biggest things is the way they make money is by continually making more and more handhelds.
Right. It's true that they just keep barreling forward. Now, a nicer one is the Micro. That one I'm stoked for, because this one has a G99, Helio G99 inside of it. It's small. It's an IPS display, but it has two smaller sticks. And Arthur really seems to he had some pics showing himself off holding this one. And for him, apparently, it's an ideal design for what a Micro is. And it's about the same size as an iPhone 14 Pro. Reminds me.
Not Micro.
Pro Max, though.
Pro Max, yeah. So it's not Micro so much as
it's not. No, I mean
35XX each sized.
The shoulder buttons are in a horrible position.
They are,
It doesn't look like it would be. I like the design of it, but the shoulder buttons might be a little bit uncomfortable.
So
it looks like
sorry. I was saying we'll share more about this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm pushing us farther and faster today to get this 6:30 deadline. We have 5 minutes to go before the AYN Odin 2 orders open up. But we don't know much yet. We'll share more as we find out. And we will be back next week, by the way, to talk more. I canceled my camping trip was canceled. So we're going to have a show next week without a guest, just the love between the hosts, and we'll talk more about it then. But let's just dive into AYN Odin 2 before we go, because people might want to know, do we recommend ordering this or pre-ordering this? Quick and fast answer is no, not yet. Not for me, because we haven't seen it in action. It's a render. We know what's going to happen, but if you have an Odin 2, it has the same Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor in it, less battery life. It has a nicer screen with the mini LED. How much nicer is that? It's not OLED nice, but it has a bunch of local dimming zones and
it's also a smaller
stuff.
Screen too. So.
Smaller screen. I wouldn't run out and replace your Odin 2 with this, because despite what AYN said, this does not, that it doesn't replace or doesn't compete with the Odin 2. It totally does compete with the Odin 2. If you watched Russ's video from Retro Game Core today, you know this is competing with it. And so if you already have an Odin 2, only get this if you want to replace it and you want a smaller device. That's my quick thoughts on it. But it looks freaking sleek, and it looks like a Vita, and it looks awesome. And I'm gonna find a way to order it probably anyways. But I'm a sicko who has too many handhelds. What do you guys think?
I just want to say real quick, I'm pretty sure they released actual hardware pictures, not just renders. Yeah,
we have that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we have a second link there with pics released just about an hour ago from AYN, and it's sexy. I mean, don't get me wrong, this thing
looks nice. Yeah.
It looks awesome, and I can't wait to. I hope they send a review, over. I can't wait to play with it and test it out for you all. But
just order it now. Don't think about it. Just do it.
I know, right? Might have to. I don't know if you all, Rob, if you're ordering one. Noah, I'm not sure, but.
I mean, I'm on the fence. I love the Odin too, but the design. I'm a sucker for the PSP design. It's something that would probably tempt me. If I had more time, it would be 100%. But right now, since I'm so strapped for time, it's like I want to, but I don't know if I would even have the chance to use it anytime soon.
I know. Well, the thing about Android is that with Yuzu and Aether slowing development, no development, it's just Android's not as exciting right now to me. I prefer Steam Deck, Windows stuff right now, but nevertheless, it is very sexy. And look at that. They even emulated the back of a Vita.
Oh, I know. That back looks just like the Vita.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that kind of sucks is that we don't have the back buttons.
I'm going to be honest. I think you showing me the back might have just sold me on it.
So this one is...
Genuinely, I think the back just sold me on it. I think I have to just to have it.
A fan of the badonk too.
I was going to say, I think Rob understands how you feel.
There's a real one next to the Loki, and you know what? It costs a little bit more than the regular Odin 2 for the tech. You're getting that mini LED display, but it has 1,000,000:1 contrast. It has 1,100 nits or something like that, and 320 grams. So this thing is going to be lighter than the Odin 2. And so, yes, I'm probably going to replace my Odin 2 with this, obviously. But that, again, that's me.
You got to also keep in mind, ergonomics too, I think, on the Odin 2 versus the Mini will be something to consider as well.
Ergonomics are going to be better on the Odin 2, likely.
I don't know. I kind of disagree just because of button placement. The buttons and D-pad placement and everything looks a little bit more comfortable than the Odin.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to see. People were talking about the placement of that D-pad, though, and how it's lining up with where that left stick is. I don't know, guys.
So they're at an angle. If you see the Odin 2, they're on top of each other, which makes the D-pad really uncomfortable to use. If you're sitting down on the Odin 2, this one being slightly off. It looks like it's going to be a little more comfortable. Same thing for the right stick.
And we are going live now for those orders. So let's switch over to the order page, which is the next link there. Yes, so you get the white SKU or the black SKU in a base or a pro model. Do you get the base for $340 with 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, or do you get the pro with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage? I would say base all day for me. You can run Switch emulation, no problem, with 8 gigs, PS2 emulation, and GameCube emulation, no problem. The Pro is going to get you a little bit more out of Yuzu, but I just don't think Switch is the primary use case for Android for me these days. So I would save the money personally.
Consider that Windows emulation on Android is getting better. So maybe if you do want to dive into that,
on a 5-inch screen,
12 gigs might still. I mean, we have people playing PSP on a 3.5-inch screen,
and the Win 4 is a thing.
Yeah.
And it's live, guys.
And it's live. There you go, everybody. If you're looking for pre-orders, the link is in our description. If you're interested, it supports our channel here, and there are coupons. So the first 200 backers at the bottom here, you're going to get $30 off for the first 200. Use Odin 2 Mini 30. And if you don't make it in the first 200, you can still get $15 off Odin 2 Mini. What is that? 15. And then if you don't make that, it's okay. You'll still get $10 off anytime in the pre-order period until June 21st, which is Odin 2 Mini 10. And all pre-orders are going to be getting a free protective bag and screen protector between now and June 21st. That's not all. But wait, there's more. There's also their usual tried and true dock. You like my shilling here. Odin 2 mini 65-watt charger. They have unique joystick caps, not Stubbs nubs. So I don't know what they were thinking. They could have just called me. We could have chatted about this.
Like Skull & Co, I think.
They have some skull featured flavored caps. And this time they have fun stickers to put on. You see this? You see the fun? Look at that sticker.
Oh man, that looks fun.
$5.
I wish I could
Freezing
see
fun.
it in more detail, but sure.
I just want to order like 40 of the stickers, not the handheld, just like a bunch of the stickers. That's all I want.
You're gonna like go through your order and be like, "What's wrong with this guy?"
So live chat, what do you think? Are you guys, who's all ordering one of these? And I'm sure the ones who are not watching our stream right now. But I would say keep the stream going and pull it up on your other screen and order if you're going to. I am not ordering right now, but probably this week. Gonna let some of those.
So I guess the
$30
pre-order
coupons.
window is open till June 21st. So I guess you have some time to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not one I'm running out to back, but it's one I'm going to replace my Odin 2 with when it makes sense. I actually just canceled when I saw this and the pricing. I canceled my Pocket S pre-order, so I'm not going to be getting the Pocket S. Especially after watching Russ's video, it just gets too hot, it looks like, and I'm just not as stoked for it. Regular IPS screen, this gives you the mini LED.
Switch sticks.
This just killed the Pocket S dead in its tracks.
See, I don't know. After using the Steam Deck OLED so much, it's going to be hard to go back to IPS screens. Just the standard like IPS screen, like mini LED, I can handle, but it's hard to go back. It's hard to walk back after being so used to it.
No, the Steam Deck
I have
OLED
the
screen
same
is so
problem.
nice.
Like even though the Odin screen is a higher resolution, I start playing games on the Odin, and I'm like, oh, looks really good. And then as soon as I turn my Steam Deck back on, I see the difference, and I'm like, man, I should have just played it on this.
That's crazy. So the $30 off coupon.
$30 coupon is gone.
That's crazy. Wow.
Are we gonna watch the $15 coupon evaporate now too?
And what was that one limited to? Let's see.
Yeah, it's limited to another, what, 200,
I'll have
300?
to scroll all the way down just to see the thing.
Limited 300 for $15 off.
That's a lot of orders.
They got 200 orders in the first 2 minutes.
That's
That's
very
nuts.
solid.
So people
I
are saying,
think, also part of it is that we just don't have any real hands-on impressions. with
that's
this
the
device.
thing. People
So-
aren't sure. I would always suggest to these brands, get it to the reviewers at this stage before the pre-orders go live, so people can show it off. So the reviewer can say, "Hey, you know what? Here's what I like, what I don't like." It sucks because now all we have is renders. We do have these couple of real-world pictures.
Yeah, let me go back to those.
But it's all you have to go off of is AYN's track record for devices, which have been classically, they deliver and they happen. But sometimes there are some longer wait times. Things happen, kerfuffles come up, and things can get delayed. We saw that with the Loki. And so while they say that they're going to be shipping this in July, someone correct me. But
pre-orders are up until June.
Until June.
End of
They're
June.
expecting to ship after that. So I don't know that's going to be shipping right away. I feel like this is going to be like 3 months out at least, unless they already have these made. But
here's the thing, though. We kind of felt the same thing about the Odin 2, and we got that one pretty fast. That's after they announced it.
Well, to be fair, the Odin 2 came after the whole Loki kerfuffle, so
yeah.
Like the first two devices had issues. The Odin original one, but we also had a pandemic, so I'll kind of cut in some slack on that one. And then we had the Loki, which had a bunch of issues, but Odin 2 got announced, and we got hands-on pretty fast. Who knows? Maybe they figured it out. I don't know.
I forget. Did we get hands-on with Odin 2 before orders went live, or was it about the same time? I can't remember.
We oh my gosh. We actually got review units for the Odin 2, I believe, before.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I can't remember.
It's
been a while.
Because here's the thing, is that the Odin 2 was this one-off where everything happened really fast. It was like, bam, we got reviews out. Bam, we got orders out. And then they shipped right away. People had them in their hands. So if it's going to be like that, if it's going to be that speed, hell yeah, sign me up. Let's go. If it's going to be more like the Loki or the Odin 1, Odin Lite situation, I'm not running to back today. I know that we have time. So we're going to see. And AYN has been good about posting updates in their Discord. So go to their Discord and watch their announcement channel, or just follow us on Twitter. And we drop things as soon as we find out.
My favorite thing that happened in the AYN Discord was someone asked about the Loki, if we're ever going to get another Loki, and they're like, they need more time to heal.
Oh, we're not ready to talk about
They're
this
like, we're
yet.
not ready yet. Let us heal.
Poor Loki, man. Never had a chance.
I
still have a Loki.
Yeah, I do too.
I do too, but it took too long to come out, and by the time it did, the Steam Deck was in full effect.
Everything was in full effect.
Dan wants the
by the time
Loki.
it came out.
I got a Loki right there.
So we assume if you want to order, you probably already have by now. This is all happening very fast. So we're stoked, but we haven't had enough time to sort of let it simmer for us yet. It was like announced, and now this week we're already doing pre-orders for full price. So yeah, it's not an Indiegogo this time, so it is on their website, of course. So we're
actually prefer that. I will say,
you like that better.
I don't like the
Indiegogo's system is wonky.
I don't care for that at all. Yeah.
That's why I think this one's gonna ship like within the timeline that they're saying, because they didn't even go Indiegogo, which at least to me, I feel like that means they have things fast. Ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Let's go with that. So more to come, and let us know your thoughts all about the Odin 2 Mini. Is this one you feel is necessary? Is this one you feel is going to replace a bunch of your handhelds, maybe your Odin 2? Or is it one you feel like you could skip?
I do really think that, I mean, I know AYN doesn't think so, but I do think they are competing with themselves by offering this. And, it's you've added an additional SKU at almost the same price point with the same specs. And yeah, so you are sort of competing with yourself.
It is competing with the Odin 2. And so, yeah, they are competing with their own product, but probably more people are going to be ordering this these days, I would have to imagine, but not until we get reviews to see what everybody thinks. So
I'm actually surprised they don't make more devices. Like, if we see what all these other companies do to continue to make money and kind of stay relevant in people, is they come up with new devices because they can't sell software. AYN usually does one device a year, and I gotta imagine that can get a little bit rough, because at a certain point people just kind of stop talking about it, other than in the comments like, oh, just get an Odin 2. But if people aren't seeing it, it's kind of hard to, I would imagine, at least, I don't know, it's kind of hard to keep sales up as high.
It's the Anbernic business model.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by it. I'm intrigued by it for that screen alone. Yeah. I think mini LED, seeing it like the QLED that was in the Pimax portal, that was a nice screen. So if we're getting that sort of deep contrast, deep colors, okay, all right. Yeah. What do you got there?
Well, I was gonna say, it's not just the Anbernic business model. If you look at every single manufacturer that doesn't sell software, like Steam or Sony or them, they all release multiple devices a year. Lenovo does it, Asus does it, everybody does it. As long as they can't sell software, they gotta sell you on something, and they gotta set relevant in your mind that, hey, I gotta get the next thing. Yeah. So it makes sense that they would make more devices. Like even Retroid's jumping on that one, and they usually don't make that many devices.
And Zoo says he got a white Pro model. So Zoo was really stoked on this. He's like, I'm ordering this the second it goes live today.
Nice.
So, and Zoo doesn't buy anything ever. So
wait, Zoo bought one?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
with his money.
No, he's actually talking about the Ayaneo DMG.
We don't know when that's coming out yet. There's going to be another live stream from Arthur that'll announce more details, but
it actually, what happens is it redirects him to the Ayaneo website when he tries to order it.
Yeah, I can just imagine him in like the Lenovo trench coat playing the black DMG. It just kind of goes together.
Yeah, well, we all know what Rob has to say about it.
It's I love that one.
Classic. It's a classic
Rob.
Wait, was that one of mine?
Oh, yeah, of course it was one of
yours. I think I made that.
Good job, Aish. Good job.
Thank you.
It's a good one.
Never again, though.
Oh,
just kidding. Sorry, I'm just having fun playing with on-screen elements here. So Odin 2 Mini, there you go. Welcome back to the live stream for those who pre-ordered. We were just talking about Rob's
badonk obsession.
Badonk obsession, yeah, his bathing habits, different things, different. There are many things that are interesting about him. But let's move on. So we'll talk about this more next week. But there is this is a little not super handheld related, but I wanted to talk about it. So there's a new line of Snapdragon laptops happening, Snapdragon X laptops that are happening. And we saw a new Microsoft Surface laptop, Surface Pro, that has this new like AI Copilot feature built in. Oh yeah, there's a screen.
The first thing I do with Windows is I turn off Copilot.
Blow that up or open in a new tab or something. I can't
see. It's awful. These
so tiny,
not good.
Yeah. So this is a picture of all the different laptops. They're going to have this new Snapdragon ARM on Windows situation. So you got Microsoft, you got Asus, you got Dell, HP, Lenovo.
Pretty much everybody's
Samsung.
on board here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so they're releasing these, and it's going to have better power efficiency, better battery life, better performance, and it's going to be emulating x86 in Windows 11. Apparently, Windows 11 was built from the ground up to have support for this ARM, and it's going to be a better situation than they had before. Dave 2D today was talking about that, and it looks. I'm stoked because I've been waiting to get a replacement for my Surface Laptop Go right here, and I've been waiting for one with a nicer screen in particular, and this has freaking OLED screen. Microsoft actually is doing an OLED screen in their 13-inch laptop line, and 16 gigs of RAM, all that good stuff, and starting at like $1,000. So that's the next laptop for me, I think.
Is it emulating or translating Windows?
Is the Odin 1 Pro in that list? Yeah. It has a translation layer as far as I know.
Yeah. That could actually be pretty big for handhelds down the road if Windows is starting to provide more support for ARM. Yeah. And if it's open source, which I don't know if it's going to be or not, I'm just kind of speculating right now. That could be really big for powerful handhelds like the Odin that have Snapdragon chips in it. If we can get some drivers going and get that translation layer, we could see some pretty cool things happening with like actual PC games running not natively, but pretty close to it on these handhelds.
Well, what we're going to see from this too is, just more support. With this, all these coming to market, we're going to see more gaming support for ARM in general, probably more good emulation support. And dude, this news today had me really excited because when we see this trickle down to handhelds, we're going to get just crazy better battery life over regular x86 and trickle probably to Steam Deck as well at some point. I don't know. Noah, what do you think?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. Like it's going to be interesting to see how the Steam Deck evolves from what it is now and to what the next generation is going to be. But I think anything is possible depending on what Valve is going to look forward to doing and how they want to push the device into a new. Into its the Steam Deck 2, like it's the next generation era.
SteamOS on ARM would just be bonkers. So good, man. That sounds. I'm sure they're not going to run away from their chip that they have right now anytime soon, since they're focusing on support and compatibility, which is what your website's all about, right? So
yes,
I'm sure it's not going to be overnight, but just the massive battery life and performance efficiency gains you get from ARM this is cool.
This should give Apple a run for its money now with laptops.
Yeah. I mean, MacBook's gonna have to step it up. Rob, what do you think about all this?
Oh, I was really excited to see the news when they finally announced all the laptops that are being unveiled with it. I've been keeping my eye on the Snapdragon X Elite for a while now, so just seeing the range of laptops and devices that are coming, I'm really excited. Now I just got to decide which one I actually want to get first. I want to see which one I want to actually be my first Snapdragon X machine. So,
I mean, I don't know.
I like Microsoft products, so I do like the Surface quite a bit. So I have a feeling it's probably going to be a Pro or a laptop.
You're going to have to pay that Surface tax, of course, but it's going to be so sleek.
Thing, yeah.
You know, so maybe something like the Asus, one of their offerings.
I know Dell had on their website the XPS 13, and they were actually one of the cheaper offerings for the Elite chip. So, you know, I'm trying to see which one to go with.
Nice. Okay.
But I'm just so excited about this. I've been waiting for Qualcomm to step in with this chipset. So
yeah,
it's supposed to be massive things. You know,
huge news.
Yeah. Well, you were asking that, and I saw it in chat a couple times. People saying get Steam on ARM.
Yes.
And I don't know if Steam's actually ever going to do that themselves. But if we start getting more support for Windows on ARM, we could potentially see something like Box86 or Winlator running Steam a lot better on ARM chips, because you can kind of do that right now, but it asks for a lot of things. That you can get Steam running on the Switch if you put Linux on it through Box86 to launch Steam, but it's very demanding and it uses a lot of resources. So maybe with this, they can kind of get things going a little bit better, and we could actually see Steam on ARM Linux at least.
Which would be nuts. Yeah.
Well,
so I know we're early days, guys. I just wanted to share this early news that, hey, this is going to bring more focus on ARM to the mainstream.
Yeah. Which is where things should be going. The efficiency is there, and as good as x86 is,
the power's there too.
Yeah. Exactly. Like x86 is just better suited for like your PC. You're going to be plugged in all the time, and you don't have to worry about power. Anything mobile should probably be ARM, or at least starting to move towards at that point. It's just, can you make it to where ARM and x86? I don't know why I have trouble saying X today. Play nice with each other.
You know why, right? Because RG35XX.
Oh, dude, you have no idea how many times I had to retake that thing.
Oh, it's the worst. I had to say Game Boy Advance SP and 35XX and it was like, why? Why did they do this to me?
I got so. I even sent you a message like, how do you stop getting mouth sounds with this microphone?
I told you, you gotta chocolate rain that. You know, you breathe away.
You gotta just, yeah, man.
Oh man, that was so frustrating.
So, I mean, hey, if you're going to be, and Andrew was saying he was getting Winlator to run on a Z Fold 5 and got Fallout 4 to work. Kyle Ruggles is saying, you want to have a lot of RAM. So if you are wanting to run Winlator on an Android handheld and you haven't ordered your Odin 2 Mini and you want to run Windows on it for some reason, probably get the Pro then. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. RAM. It sounds crazy to say, Windows games on a 5-inch screen, but think about how many indie games you would be able to get running probably better than what you can do with Switch emulation, because we don't really have a Switch emulator anymore. Like newer games, they're not going to work. But if you could get Winlator running a lot better, and you have a device with enough RAM to do it, you could just play your Steam indie games on your handheld through Winlator or whatever other Windows emulator you want to use. So the 12 gigs of RAM does start to become a little bit more appealing. And if we ever see, because I don't remember where I saw this, but somebody was saying like the potential to get like CMU and PS3 emulation through Winlator could be there in the future. So just something to keep in mind if you're going to invest in a handheld, which to me, if it's $300 or more, it's an investment.
Yeah, I mean, once we have a solid Windows and Winlator, all the bugs and kinks are worked out. We have Steam. If that happens, an Android device could be your end-all device instead of the Steam Deck, So,
and that's the other thing too. I've noticed with the Snapdragon X Elite and Plus that this price point, I don't think any machine is under $1,100 right now. So it's pricey. It's pricey right now. Yeah,
it's pricey. I think,
or just get a Steam Deck.
Just get a Steam Deck, bro.
Just get a Steam Deck.
Yeah, no one knows what we're talking about.
I might support that decision.
Yeah. Greatest handheld right here. Just get one of these.
Yeah. Oh, Noah.
If we're doing that. For bringing them out. For bringing our decks out.
We're whipping them out here on camera.
If you're not playing with your deck, what are you doing?
Exactly.
My father-in-law got blood all over my deck this last week.
Jesus.
He cut his thumb off on electric saw outside.
That's not good.
It was
your
intense.
between
He's
your
okay
dad
though.
and your father-in-law. Wow.
Yeah, all the dads are getting hurt at my house, but he's okay. He went to the ER and they put a pin in his thumb and surgically attached it, and everything's okay now. Anyways, sorry about that. This is the OLED with my extreme rate buttons I popped in there. No, I wanted to show that to you.
I like that.
It's very nice.
For the orange. I don't even like orange that much, but it popped so well.
No,
It works. It works with
like
the
it.
rest of the. It works with the rest of the limited edition,
which is my favorite edition. I know that people are having issues with this one because of the screen and things, but so far mine's been really solid.
About the Mira?
No, just
okay.
having the non-Samsung screen or what have you.
I actually heard that there was. I thought the Mira. There was some issue with Mira on the Samsung screens.
Oh, so maybe it's a better situation to have this. Forgot the name of this screen on this one, but
I think so for right now. But with SteamOS 3.6, they are correcting the issue, so it's going to be much. It's going to be fixed. But yeah,
that's really good to hear, man. Yeah, OLED all day, really. I mean, this is just the handheld that I tend to use more often than not because it just does everything.
100%. Like in the end, it is my default. It's where I, especially with the website and the work we do, like it is where it is my main like gaming handheld, and it's great. It's great too. Actually, my daughter was born last month. It's my first child, so
congratulations,
man.
Oh, thank you.
Hey,
thank you.
Hey, do you like the Powkitty V90? The Powkitty V90. It's a clamshell. It's tradition to give every new parent when the baby is born.
I got one right here in my hand.
It's this little guy. Them this clamshell.
Okay. There it is. Sorry, I couldn't see. I was looking at the screen, but it was just me there. So you guys show me
V90.
I see it right now.
Smaller version of this.
Yeah, no, it looks. It looks. How's the build quality? It looks very interesting.
It feels like a toy, but I love it.
But it's great though. Yeah.
Look at these buttons. Look at these buttons. Anbernic, look at these buttons.
So your child's already been born. Is that right?
Yes. So this is my first child, and she was born last month.
Oh no, free V90 for you. I'm sorry. If there's any way to redo the birth, then we could make you.
Yeah. No, I'll talk to my wife about that.
All right.
See what we can work out.
Rebirth. Okay. Well, congrats. And
thank you.
Are you very tired right now? Why are you on this podcast? You must be very sleepy.
I mean, I'm always tired. I'm always tired. I moved to Indonesia because my wife's a native, and because I started the website when I was in California. Yeah. All of our work that we do is all US based. So I'm on US time. So my schedule is all over the place.
It's all out of whack.
It's terrible. And my schedule was already bad, but with our daughter, luckily my wife is amazing, and she takes a lot of the responsibility of just like, watching over her and taking care of her so I can keep working. Yeah. And, luckily I can work from home and help out whenever I can. But because of her, I'm able to work as much as I'm able to now. But it definitely it definitely means I do get less sleep overall.
Our wives are too good for us. Yeah, they're just. Yeah.
But in the end, like she's my daughter's amazing, and I love her so much. And
are you gonna get her?
Boy, am I exhausted.
Are you gonna get her the Fisher Price little gamer?
Oh yeah, no. I've got 4 Steam Decks, so one of them's going to her.
How old is she again?
1 month.
Okay, that's good.
I'm planning.
She's ready.
Planning ahead.
Oh, that's good. All right. Well, congrats on the new life, and I'm sorry on your next child. Let me know in advance so I can send you a V90 to have in the birthing room.
We've already started like planning it out, so I'll keep you in the loop.
All right. Let me know. Now let's get back and talk about the news. Almost done here, but the Apple. That's right. You heard me right. Apple has more emulators coming to the App Store. PPSSPP and RetroArch are both in the App Store. You can use it on your iPad, on your iPhone, and is it for iPad actually? Is there an
Yes,
iPad?
that's so
Okay,
nice.
sweet.
It
Okay,
is.
good.
It is so
Good.
nice.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that just opens the door to what those crazy M2 chips that Apple has. And oh my God, it's so beautiful,
Wait,
Rob.
let me
Oh
open up the
man.
game here real quick.
You got Daxter on PSP running.
Oh yeah.
You know, I downloaded all the emulators onto
Crazy
my
performance.
iPhone, but I have not started getting games on there. After seeing that, I think I need to do that now.
You got to, and we'll have some guides up
especially
on.
with PSP.
We'll have some guides up on the website. I guess Andrew says it's coming to retrohandhelds.gg.
Oh, I was corrupted. Look at that.
I have a PSP video coming up.
Look at
probably
that.
I'd say.
Rob is a PSP
Oh,
video,
man.
and I'm sure
And
Noah
you can
has-
throw shaders on there too. Let me see if
Yeah.
I can get one on here real quick.
Oh yeah,
I was
speedrun that
messing with
shader.
it.
Performance is crazy. I'll
It
say
is.
that
So good.
much. Yeah.
You can
Good.
even throw like really demanding shaders on it, and it'll handle it no problem.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try it on my. I have an iPad Mini, so I'm gonna load it on there. It's nice to have a different option from Delta now. So I'm cool just running RetroArch.
Mhm.
How's PSP run in RetroArch, by the way? Do you even need PPSSPP, or is RetroArch the
Yeah,
one
no, you
right now?
need PPSSPP.
I will always use PPSSPP.
Yeah, you need that one.
That
Okay.
is like,
Is
in
it-
my opinion, one of the finest emulators out there. The
What about-
developer behind that is just unreal what he's done with that thing.
I know it's beautiful, but what about retro achievements? Are those working in the standalone build there?
No, it's coming in the future. He actually
Okay.
talks about it. Yeah. There's features that he'll be adding that are not on par yet with the jailbroken version, so he will be adding that
Look,
stuff.
I don't know if the camera's gonna catch this, but look how good this looks with the CRT shader.
Ooh.
God, that looks nice.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, and it won't focus on it, but you can see the scan lines and everything. And if you use the right cores, you can even use like CRT Royal, which is a really demanding shader, but it's gonna work just fine. The only issue I've been having with RetroArch and the iPad is
Yeah.
some of the games seem to run a little bit faster, and I don't know what
Interesting.
that's about because it's not fast forward or anything like that, but it is
Yeah.
running a little bit faster than they should. But I'm pretty sure we can mess
We can
around
get
with the
that
settings
going,
and get it to
man.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, we can get the go. It's just very exciting. You know, it's even less of a reason to freaking buy some of these other handhelds and tablets and things because Apple makes some of the nicest tablets on the
They
market.
really
I think they
especially
make the best tablets personally.
the best. And with the new iPad Pro, you have the OLED screen. So for some people, this might be one and done. I don't know, man. Rob, oh my God, you got it there in a Kishi Ultra.
Oh man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
So mine's an older iPad Pro. I don't have the latest one. It's a Gen 2, and it's still running through
Oh.
everything.
Rob, you
Yeah,
beast.
now that's peak
It's-
gaming right there.
Yeah, it really is.
So nice.
It's crazy because I have my PSP here, and I'm like, we have come a long way.
We've evolved.
Love
we
the
have
app.
evolved. This is the leveling up I needed.
People love PPSSPP, but they hate saying the name, apparently. We can
Yeah,
all
it's
say that 10 times
It's
faster.
almost as bad
part.
as saying an Anbernic model name.
Look at
You can
look
get
at this.
that too. I've been practicing
Monster.
that.
I don't think
weeks.
you're saying it right anymore.
This is PPP. I don't know. Hey,
Yeah,
you know
the
what?
Saying it
G8
correctly
is
so
another
fast, it'll
great
burst.
one, too.
You don't always need a telescopic controller. You could use a dedicated standalone controller. That's very sexy-ish. But let's take
why?
a look.
Why? When you
Let-
have
I know.
this?
I know you can stretch it, but hey, man. Hey, that's all very well and good. Let me just do this. Let's take a look at a standalone controller option. If you guys don't mind. So this is a new one by Gulikit called the King Kong 3 Pro or KK3 Pro. And it's hot off the heels of their KK3 Max, which is one of my favorite controllers. I used this a ton to play Pal World and all of my RetroArch emulation on my laptop. It is just flawless in my testing, and I love the matte feeling. So this is a new one. It's called Pro because it's a little bit cheaper. And also, it doesn't have the same coating, so it's more of a matte plastic coating on this one, as well as oh my God, I'm forgetting something. I think maybe a little bit less battery life. Don't hold me to it. Well, I'll make more content on it. But let's just do a quick unboxing. So I used it today, and I actually have 4 of these to give away from AKNES, which is the brand that sells them on Amazon. And sent me one of these. This will be out in about 20 days, around June 3rd on the Amazon store. And these are fun because they always come with a carry case. And this one actually has some paddles you can put on. And then it has let me unplug this from my PC. This little adapter, which lets you run it at 1,000 hertz polling rate. And that's going to be really nice, smooth gameplay. I was playing some RetroArch and some PS1 games earlier today, and it's running super well. But I like that DMG colorway option they have here. And the lights are nice. The D-pad pivot feels great. So far, I haven't had complaints on this. I do like the plastic better on the Max. It's a little sleeker feeling. But nice and ergonomic. You have some textured bump outs on the back, and you can place those paddles any configuration you want back there. And this will work with Windows, Switch, with that PC adapter here, or on Android. So however you want. And you can, of course, use it for iOS and use it for your Apple emulation, RetroArch, PPSSPP, all that good stuff. So if you are interested in this and you would like to win one for your very own, there are 4 rules to follow, and it's in our description. Rule number 1, that's right, like this video, and not in live chat, but after this live chat, or after our stream's over, leave a comment on this video. That way I can track and add you to a randomizer wheel, which I can't do very easily from the live chat comment. So like this video, comment on this video. Rule 3 is, join the AKNES Gulikit AKNES Discord, and that's in our description as well. So you need to join that Discord because they're going to be running a second giveaway in the Discord where there's another option to win, and they're going to be giving away another 6 units here for this launch on June 3rd. And that's going to be running well up until launch. And lastly, if your Discord name is not the same as your YouTube name, I won't be able to match up to make sure you're the same person. So make sure to write your Discord name in the comment in this video that you leave so that I know to match up the right person. Make sure all the rules are followed. But I will be selecting 4 people randomly selected from a randomizer wheel and reveal the winners next week on this coming Monday on our next episode. And we'll let you know who won one of these bad boys. But I've been loving this, and this, just for the colorway alone, might replace this one for me, just because this is so boring looking. This one's very boring. It's just matte white, sleek and all that, but not sure. These both have Hall sticks, Hall triggers, Hall everything. It has all the bells and whistles you come to expect in these high-end Xbox style controllers. But this one feels a little bit lighter weight, and I just like the colorway so freaking much. So yeah, it's probably my new controller.
Oh, looks like it's been smoking for the last 10 years.
Yeah, it has the DMG
smoky,
smoky brownish beige. Ellie says, "I'll take the boring one."
I was gonna say, I like the way that one looks.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It looks good.
And if you're already subscribed to RH, no worries. You don't need to subscribe a second time. I won't say no to that. We won't say no to that, but but yeah, the steps are spelled out in our description. So follow that and get yourself a controller. Now
Now we wait.
Now we wait.
We wait till next week. This is
now we'll just
we're tracking the entries for the next week.
Hey, wait.
What?
There's nobody. Hey, you guys gotta go join the Discord though. There's nobody in there yet. Don't be like that. Yeah.
go join that Discord. Yeah, they're going to be giving away more in there. And AKNES, the guy who runs AKNES, Jim, super cool guy. We worked with him for a few years now. Just, he's who we speak to whenever we're reviewing 8BitDo, Gulikit, or Retroflag products. He runs that shop and usually sends it over to Aish and I to cover. And yeah, I really haven't had issues with Gulikit products. Oh, not only that, but there's also... I don't know where I put them, but there's the new Steam Deck OLED Gulikit drop-in sticks. So if you want the Hall magnetic sticks for your Steam Deck OLED, those will be available as well.
I need to make a follow-up video for that. We have the other one on RH, and it's been doing pretty good. But I've noticed a lot of people asking, like, can this fit in the Steam Deck OLED? I think it's time to update that guide.
It's time, Aish.
It's time.
I believe in you, man. Should we talk about Game of the Month? So it's May, and Zoo has some new Game of the Month. Aish, you're saying there's a noise in the background?
I kept hearing a weird noise, but I don't know what it was.
Is it my background?
It's a song.
Is it mine?
Is it? I don't know. It was like somebody talking.
Yeah, the song has someone talking.
Oh, the song does. Yeah.
Yeah. It's still sweet whispers in your ears.
I'll have Jim switch that out. He said that he left some samples in there by accident. So I'm like, all right, that's all good.
He's secretly brainwashing us.
Yeah, I don't know what's it saying. It's probably like, bye.
He's activating
many. Get Gulikits. I don't know. All right, let's pull up Zoo's clip here. So here we have Zoo from Zoo Reviews, May Game of the Month update. I have not seen this yet, so I'm sorry for whatever is about to happen.
Everybody, it's your old buddy Zoo. I'm coming to you live from an undisclosed location. Right before Stubbs goes on vacation, we like to separate ourselves, so they can't get us both in one shot. At least that's what I do. I don't know that he does it. I do it. You can never be too safe or too careful with the Retro Handheld senior leadership. Whatever, you don't care. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Today we're going to talk about Game of the Month for May. And May was Transformation May. So we had a bunch of games where you ostensibly transformed. Some of the nominations were more on theme than others, which is normal. But we ended up with Illusion of Gaia, and we had Legacy of Kain. Kain! You guys remember RoboCop 2? And then we had Wario 4 for the Game Boy Advance. So heck, let's start with Wario 4. I like Wario 4. There were probably about 7 or 8 transformations, and they're all pretty useful. And I liked it. I beat it. I had a good time. I beat it on the 35XX SP. That was the first game I beat on there, so that was kind of neat. I had Illusion of Gaia as a kid. It came with a t-shirt and a strategy guide because they really wanted people to buy it. And I couldn't find the t-shirt. I tried real hard. I went to my parents' house and I dug around. Couldn't find the t-shirt, but it exists. I remember. And then we have Kain. I'm not crazy about it. I feel like the combat is really, really basic. Like, you punch people until they're sleepy. You punch people until they're sleepy enough to stop punching you back. And you pick them up and you impale them on a spike. Now, that sounds cool. But if you do it 75 times while you're wandering around a level, and also your health slowly drains and you have to inhale souls to bring it back up, which is cool. But then if you get stuck in a puzzle because you're stupid, then your health just slowly declines and there's no bad guys to take souls from, which is stressful. All right, I've been in this spot for too long. They might be able to triangulate my position, so I'm going to go. See you later, everyone. Hope you're having a real good podcast.
Thanks, Zoo.
Shh.
Can we screenshot that? That's
done.
Thank you. Thank you, Zoo. So if you are unaware, that's right. It's Game of the Month time in our Discord community. So play one of these 3 games, Illusion of Gaia, Legacy of Kain, or Wario Land 4 by the end of this month. Post your screenshot, tag our Game of the Month host, and win some sweet RH swag and things.
I just want to say, Zoo had a pretty nice tan going.
He was looking good.
I noticed that.
Way more than the ghost white tans that Rob and I have.
Yeah.
And Noah, honestly, sorry, Noah.
It's fine. It's fine. I get it all the time here.
We're all very pale.
Yes.
Have you consider? I'm just saying, consider going outside. Yeah.
Out there?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't
know what that means.
Just stand in front of the window for a little bit. Sunbathing.
So much easier to see my handhelds inside, in these four walls, Aish.
That's true.
So, all right, I'll go outside.
Okay.
See you guys later.
I mean, it's vitamin D,
my
man.
SP with me.
Good. The screen's bright enough. You'll have a good time.
Here we go. Like that. All right. Night Raider.
Well, that's
hey,
one.
He's wearing underpants.
I guess that's two.
Right.
Well, all right.
Cool.
I mean, we made it how many episodes without him leaving?
That's true.
Yeah.
Actually, Zoo and I carried like half an episode one time.
Yeah, I feel pretty
laptop
good
tapped
about
him.
us. I almost feel like we're professionals at this point.
I would consider you guys professionals.
I don't consider myself a professional.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying.
He's back.
Look at that tan he got.
I went outside and got a tan.
Yeah, that's
There
a
you
beautiful
go.
tan you
Everybody
got.
actually.
You remind me of the movie from Benchwarmers. The guy from Benchwarmers that's scared of the sun.
Here.
I want to watch that movie now.
There. Aish,
There you
you
go.
happy?
Yes.
It matches his
Not
light.
looking like a serial killer at all. There you
It's
go.
only slightly menacing.
Yeah.
Only slightly,
You
though.
look like a Sith Lord now.
That's
This
Stubbs
is-
Lord.
This matches Twisted Metal 4 so much better. So I'm not evil.
Is what somebody evil would say.
It's true.
I'm not evil. I'm misunderstood. Sounds like an anime villain.
Exactly. Misunderstood. That's what it is. Misunderstood. So we're just going to turn down the evil. Back to a nice normal hue of light orange. This is valuable airtime. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Zoo. Now we're going to hang out with our buddy Noah from SteamDeckHQ. If you're all not aware of SteamDeckHQ, Rob, do you have the Noah link on hand? No, that's Zoo.
There it is, right there.
That's
That is
unhinged.
Zoo.
That's our site.
Unhinged Zoo.
What a spot to pause on. Wow.
That is really
Impressive.
nice. SteamDeckHQ is a website brought to you by this man, and it has a number of helpful things on it. Tips and guides for your Steam Deck, best configurations for the games on your Steam Deck, as well as reviews of games for the Steam Deck as well, things that are compatible. So you have the latest one out for today for Kingdom Hearts, which apparently Kingdom Hearts games are coming to the Steam Deck, which is crazy and awesome.
It was announced 5 minutes before we went live.
Yeah.
I rushed that and I photoshopped that screenshot. So
I'm
very
upset
proud
that
of
it's the
myself.
20th anniversary.
That's
upsetting me.
20
very
years?
upsetting. Yes,
Yeah.
that's very upsetting.
I am very-
Also, are you saying this is an internet website that tells us how to play with our decks?
yes.
Perfect.
We
Okay.
guide you. We provide all the information you're going to need to play with your deck effectively.
Perfect. I'm sold.
I love that. I love playing with my deck in bed. I love playing with my deck around my family
On a
and when I'm
deck.
when the dentist at the dentist office.
I
So,
love playing in standard definition and with high quality.
yes. I like running my deck at maximum hertz as well.
You got to push it to the max.
You do. Now you don't only run a website, you also have a YouTube channel that has
Yeah.
you have your own podcast on there. You've been interviewing other
Yes.
deck-friendly people like Fan the Deck I saw. And
Yes, he and Cryobite are our two main co-hosts of the podcast. It's something new that we've done. YouTube is definitely not is definitely not our shtick, and I'm still trying to learn it. Clearly, like we started off, I made the website about almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years next month.
Nice.
And that's kind of how it started. And then now I'm starting to kind of get into the YouTube game a little bit more. But it like my main I guess expertise is all about the website and writing specifically.
I like the way you guys do your podcast. The one with Cryobytes. Yeah. It was cool. I listened to it, and it just felt like two people hanging out talking about the Steam Deck. It's very enjoyable.
Yeah, and that's what I want it to be. I want it to be much more casual and focused. I know there's a lot of amazing podcasts like yours and Nerd Nest that focus on handhelds, like in general in the tech. So I wanted to kind of make something that was more focused on the Steam Deck and gaming in general. And I mean, it came out really well. You know, the co-hosts we have, they're awesome. And just it's been a really cool experience to just be able to like actually talk about the stuff that I'm constantly writing about, you know. So like, because I'm sure you guys are in a similar position when it comes to your handhelds. You're constantly working on this stuff and you just want to talk about it.
Yes.
Right. So that's why these kinds of things are so useful. So there's like I'm working on so many games that I just can't talk about due to embargoes and such, but I want to talk about everything that I'm working on. So this is kind of like this is kind of our way of being able to do that.
That's right, man. Ow. You okay?
I hit my finger.
Ouch. Take care of yourself and each other. Well, Noah, this is cool stuff you have here. I know I've relied on your website a number of times to find best settings for different games. I think Baldur's Gate was one that really helped. That was Baldur's Gate 3 was so tough to get going on any settings on Steam Deck.
Yeah, especially when you get to the final acts. It's a tough one, but I'm so happy to hear it helped. Like it still shocks me that so many people use the site. Like I'm honestly very shocked in general. Like I think that it was one of those moments that hit me when I had an interview with Jason, who is one of the publishers or senior producers. So sorry, with Atari. And we were talking, just kind of we were talking about it, and he told me that he was like using our settings for infinite wealth, and I was just blown away that he just, that people do that,
Yeah, man.
So it's just amazing being able to do all of this, and like even this year we've grown so much more than I expect. Like less than 2 years, and we got invited to Summer Games Fest. That's insane. Nice. I'm going. I can't wait.
Where's Summer Games Fest at?
So it's in LA. So I'm going back home for a couple days.
That's gonna be, how long is that plane ride?
Oh man, overall the travel is probably around like 24 to 26 hours.
Oh my god! And I thought going to Taiwan was bad.
It's crazy. How long is the flight to Taiwan?
My flight's going to be 2-hour layover and then 13-hour direct flight from San Francisco. So it's going to be long, but not 24 hours. That's next level.
Wow.
It's better than walking.
Oh yeah, there's no direct flight to Indonesia, unfortunately. So
no,
I get rerouted to Japan or Hong Kong, and then I go to Indonesia.
Okay, that makes good sense. Well, you'll get to come back, enjoy some good food over here, I'm sure, and check out the new games that are coming out. And
oh yeah, no, I'm so excited. I still cannot believe that I'm going. It's like half to all of the things that we're doing are dreams that have just continually been coming true. Like last year it was PAX East and Gamescom.
Yep.
This year it was GDC and Summer Games Fest. Like blown away.
Yeah.
I'm blown away that we can do any of this.
You put the work in, and you work so hard on your site. You got the YouTube channel, and people take notice, and that leads to opportunities. That leads to good things happening. So just embrace it, enjoy the moment, and then come back and share all of your new things that you discovered with the rest of us, and then we can follow along. Be excited along with you.
I'm looking forward to it, and you know, it's only made possible because of everyone that uses the site. Like, we wouldn't be able to do any of it without the community, you know. But I am very excited to talk about the games that I have lined up to check out at Summer Games Fest. There's some really, really cool upcoming games that I'm looking forward to talking about once all the embargoes lift.
Can you tell them, whoever is in charge, I don't know, Gabe Newell, whoever you can talk to for me, to please fix the launcher so I can play Assassin's Creed games on Steam Deck? There's that Ubisoft launcher that you play that tries to load, and it's all screwy, and it's the worst. I can't play Assassin's Creed Origins.
Funny enough, I have had almost zero communication with Valve. Almost zero. Like, it's... I know they're aware of us. Like, I know they know who we are, and I've maybe exchanged like a couple emails here and there, but no, that's it. I've tried. I would love to talk to like Lawrence or Pierre just to interview, and you know, you'd think it would be like a really good fit since I'm essentially a free marketing tool for them, but nothing.
Well, that needs to change, and I'm sure it'll change in time. It has to, right? As the site keeps growing, and you keep working on your thing.
I hope so. I have some plans to try like getting an appointment to actually go to Valve headquarters.
Sweet.
But you know that it's all. I know they're extremely busy. I know they're infamously hard to get a hold of in general, and you know they're working hard. I respect that.
I sent an email to Gabe. I sent an email to Gabe Newell one time when the first Steam Deck was announced, and it was unhinged, and it was something like, "Hey, you know what? If you come on our podcast, that'd be cool, and we can talk about the Steam Deck. And if you want to let me take one home afterwards, that's fine. That's good." It was very like it was too big for my britches moment, and that was before we had any really big success or exposure with our podcast either. So like it was, but I'm still glad I shot my shot with it, and he never did write me back.
You're now on a permanent block list.
Yeah, now I'm in the block list.
Yep.
No.
I think I sent him an early design for Stubbs Nubs, maybe, I don't know, but nobody wants
Stubbs
to
just keeps emailing him.
He's
There's
having
this
a
whole chain of
conversation with
emails, like 20 emails deep of just Stubbs like waxing poetic at him like at night. Okay.
With Noah, I don't know. I know you said you hadn't seen our podcast before, but you know, we have these Steam Deck sized joystick caps that you can put on your Steam Deck.
They're so blurry. I'm sorry. Oh, there we go.
And it's trying to focus on my face.
Hide your face. There you go.
Yeah, hide my face. So this is called the Spiky edition.
Yeah.
And it's nice and therapeutic. It's very painful, but it helps you focus on the game. You don't sweat, okay? And you put two of those sticks on, and you thought you were competitive in Counter-Strike or whatever before. You put these on, you're going to go to that next level, and you're going to benefit and stimulate your pancreas while you're at it because it hits those pancreas meridian points in your thumbs. So,
oh, fantastic! Just what I want whenever I pick up my Steam Deck.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
That's what I was. That's the feeling that I want every time. It's just, unfortunately, I don't have anything like that. So,
well, while you're in LA, I might have to ship some over. I don't know. Indonesia, I'm not sure. Shipping's probably crazy, but
you're not going to want to. No.
Okay. Well,
no. Don't do it.
You know, sure. Well, my people talk to your people. We'll make this happen.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So you got some cool stuff going on, and we're happy you're on the show. And while we have you here, the audience actually would love to ask you a few questions if you're game. They ask some fun icebreakers and get us into some shenanigans. First one from Digital Jedi. Noah, what would you game on besides your Steam Deck? And what is your favorite non-Steam system to play on the Steam Deck?
Not you mean like non-Steam game?
Like non-Steam, I think he means like what a non-Steam platform to play on the Steam
Got
Deck,
it.
like
Got it.
emulation. What do you play
I
non-Steam?
okay, gotcha. So to answer the first question, when it comes to me playing outside the Steam Deck, it isn't often because most of my gaming and reviews all has to happen on the Steam Deck. So it doesn't happen that often, but I would say if I had to choose like a handheld that I use other than the Steam Deck, the Ayaneo Kun would actually probably be the closest one that I use the most.
Got the Kun.
You got the Kun.
I do.
Finally made an appearance.
So I love the bigger battery, and Windows is still on here. You know, I prefer having, you know, with Windows being such a big battery drain, having the bigger battery means it lasts a little bit longer, which is nice. I like that. But this is actually the device I use to play Dragon's Dogma 2 because it just does not run well on the Steam Deck enough to, you know, justify.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's a little
justify continuing to play it.
So you need something a little more beefy to play that one.
Right. So, you know, I would say that's the device I use the most outside of the Steam Deck. But again, like the Steam Deck, it's very hard for me to use another device. It's just even just with the screen, having an OLED HDR screen, it's kind of hard to move away from that. I do have a desktop computer, and actually my work computer is Ayaneo's AMO2 mini PC. So sometimes I do play games on that. But again, for the most part, it's a Steam Deck.
AM01 mini PC?
The AM02.
The 2.
Oh, the 02.
Yeah.
You're a fancy
I
man.
love it.
You, right?
Fancy man.
Or HS?
This one, Ayaneo sent me both the mini PC. So I have an AM01 and 02, and I love the design. I'm surprised that they did an AM01S the way that they did.
Right.
I mean, it's interesting to see.
It has
but,
the what 7840U in it and the 8840U.
This one has a 7840 HS.
Oh, HS, that's right.
Yeah, the AMO2 does at least. I'm not sure about the 1S.
That's I'm still hyped on Ayaneo's mini PC offerings. I think the design anyways is really interesting, but their handhelds are where it's at. And the Kun is like the ultimate end all be all device right now. Still, if you want to spend $2,000 on that thing,
it was I think at the minimum it's 1,000.
Wow.
So
okay.
So I think they have different tiers, but the minimum is 1,000.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
It's okay. The Pocket DMG is coming.
What's your favorite?
We're gonna be good.
And the second part of that was just what's your favorite non-Steam platform or system to play on your Steam Deck?
So, I guess for the most part, I would say going through Epic Games, but going through Heroic or the Junk Store plugin. So that would probably be the one that I play outside of Steam. If that answers the question, because that's like, you know, not Steam, but you know, I can answer it if that doesn't, you know, apply to the question, then I'll give a different answer. But
works.
Like I know Kingdom Hearts was just announced for Steam, you know, to come to Steam today, like an hour ago, but it's my favorite series, so I have it all on Epic, so you know, I definitely play through there more
Kingdom
often
Hearts.
than not. And getting the free games from Epic every week, I mean, why not, right?
I collect those every week, no matter what. Sometimes I forget, actually, but as soon as I remember, it's why not? Yeah, exactly. Sure, they're taking your data and doing something with it. Nobody's really sure.
Let's not think about that.
We don't want to think about that.
Who doesn't? Oh, come on.
Free games. Have I ever loaded up an Epic Games even once in my life, though, for my library? No.
That's valid.
Yeah. What are you worried about your data for? What are you trying to hide?
No, I will never.
My bloody deck.
I will never recommend buying anything.
Mother-in-law left.
Like, I'm fine taking the free games, but I don't think I'll ever recommend like buying games on Epic.
No,
just because I like the Steam just feels like a more complete experience, and also you know, unfortunately, some games I do have to buy on Epic, like Kingdom Hearts, but now I don't have to, which is nice.
It's about good old games.
Yeah, Good Old Games is great, man.
Good Old Games is great.
I love Good Old Games.
Well,
Yeah,
solid
no.
answer. Thank you, Digital Jedi. This one's for the entire panel, but what's all of our favorite SNES games? Starting with you, Noah.
Starting with me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it was already mentioned. Super Metroid.
Nice.
Yeah,
Man of
Definitely one of my
Culture.
favorites.
for sure.
Mega Man X for me. Easy.
Oh,
I was
Oh,
gonna say
man,
Super
that's-
Metroid, but I think since it's been said, I'll go with Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, Donkey Kong Country. Oh, so good.
But, yeah,
these are classics.
I mean they're all
Promo
great
tape.
games. You can't go wrong
Yeah.
with any of these.
I have a
We
promo
have the VHS tape. Oh,
Nice.
cool.
I got this in
used to love Daniels in the
1993.
Mail. Oh, that's so great. Yeah,
I actually
cool.
got this at my mom's house, and I watched
so
it
cool.
over and over and over again. Like the 20-minute, they go through the Rare office and show off the
so
features of
good.
Donkey Kong Country and the next gen technology, and I was so hyped for it. And I got Donkey Kong Country, and it's still one of my favorite games to this day. Damn it, Rob, you took my game.
Then
All right.
Well, I mean, Noah took my game, so that's
You're
we're
right.
just
It's rolling
continuing it.
downhill.
I did that on purpose. I knew you were going to say it, and I was like, nah,
Yeah,
I gotta
definitely.
make sure he doesn't say it.
He asked before you came into the call. He was like, "Hey, what's Rob's favorite SNES game?"
He's like, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah,
I didn't need to ask. I was doing extensive research. Extensive. I was looking into.
That's where our
everyone-
data's been
everyone's
going.
yeah. That's what you don't get Epic Games. That right there.
They
I'm
they
tied.
published it all with me, so
I'm tied for first place, and I can't go one or the other. It's a Link to the Past and
Link to the
Super
Past would be
Metroid.
another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh yes, Link to the Past, man.
It's between
These
those
are
two.
all
I always
such good
go
games.
back and forth. Like it really comes down to which one I'm playing at that time. If I'm playing A Link to the Past, it's A Link to the Past. If I boot up Super Metroid, it's Super Metroid. I can go either way.
So good. Nobody
Yeah.
brought up Earthbound, and that's fine, or Chrono Trigger. But
See,
Hey,
here's
they're
the
both-
thing.
they're both
Mario
great,
Brothers.
too.
I know they're
Both
great.
Mario World is
Great. Super
I-
Mario
I-
World.
I
Yes,
remember
Super Mario World.
launching the Mario World for the
Yeah.
first time. I was just,
I would have picked Chrono Trigger if there wasn't a better version, but the DS version is the best version. So for me, I just put that game with DS. Like
That's-
whenever I
that's
say
fair.
favorite DS
fair.
game, I say Chrono Trigger. Easy.
Yeah. Fair.
That's fair.
That's
Now,
fair.
I try to avoid talking about older games because I just get so into it, and now all I want to do is play those. When I have a backlog of like 30 games that I need to review, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go play Link to the Past now. And
Yeah.
just
There's
everything shifted back, and it's just really bad.
yeah. Have you tried
It's
the
really
Redux
bad.
versions?
Don't even
there's
get me
a-
started on the Redux.
Hey, you gotta try. If you haven't tried them, you gotta try the Redux versions where they fix like the little mistakes or remap the buttons for like Super Metroid. They remap
Yeah.
the buttons and they fix some of the issues with it. And with the Link to the Past, they fix the hair color and I think some of the sprites and stuff like that. They also map buttons to different functions. So if you haven't tried them out in a while and you want to replay some of those games, try out the Redux version.
Noah's not sure, but
Nah, I'm obviously still considering it. That was actually pre-haircut too. Now I've got this nice smooth haircut, ready for
Looks great.
ready for business.
showtime in LA.
Oh yeah,
you all
gotta
look
get LA
great.
ready.
We didn't even
Having
talk
a
about
good time.
Illusion of Gaia, which is not number one for me.
Yeah,
But it is
why
the
did
game of the
Zeus
month.
skip that? Why did he not talk about Illusion of Gaia?
He
What
wasn't
happened?
ready. He wasn't. He's going to be on the. Okay, next week is a Zoo episode, by the way. So it's going to be Zoo, Rob, I think Aish and I, and
Oh,
I
poor
think he's
man.
going to share his. I think he's going to be emotionally ready to talk about it by then. But we'll see.
That's fair.
I don't agree with him about Soul Reaver either, though.
One missing eye.
Yeah, Soul Reaver's great. It's good.
I love Soul Reaver.
It's good.
Kane is such a cool character.
Yeah, I don't know, but
And Raziel, man, they're such cool characters.
you're gonna have to fight him. You guys are gonna have a retro fight. We'll retro fight. But let's dive into one more. So, good SNES games. Noah, Michael Benny wants to know: you cost me more money every week on Steam when I have to buy the games you talk about. How does that make you feel? And what gives you the right?
That's a very good question. And it's a question I used to ask myself all the time because I would look at games and I'd be like, why do I keep buying all these games? Well, I don't know. I think I appreciate that you read, about the games that we talk about, and thank you for doing that. And I mean, yeah, no, there are so many amazing games. It's really hard to not just feel the temptation to buy all of them. Like half the ones that I've been talking about recently, like the indies that have been coming out this last like so 2 weeks, like the May 9th drop. Like I bought half of those games just because they're so good, especially Animal Well. I didn't buy Animal Well, but oh man, Animal Well's good.
I heard
oh, it's so good.
You like it?
Like I met the solo dev of Animal Well, Billy. I met him a couple of times. I met him like 3 different times at PAX East in 2023, and then GDC and PAX East this year. So he's awesome, and he made such a incredible game. But just this entire month has just been insane for indies like Crow Country, Rabbit and Steel, 1000X Resist. Like, there's just so many incredible games, and I'm very passionate about gaming. So I think part of that
passionate man.
Yeah. So I think part of that tends to come off, and maybe that excitement, kind of rubs off on people, and they're like, okay, well now I want to get the game. How dare you? And I get it.
It's almost like you're saying you're an influencer.
Yes. And Athenian Rhapsody is also an amazing game. That one also, I met the solo dev, and I actually have his number. We talk sometimes.
You guys
awesome.
DM,
Nico's awesome.
Slides in your DMs a little bit here and there.
Just a little here and there. I
didn't know what Animal Well was, and now I want it.
I heard it's really nice.
It's amazing. It's such a small game. It's only 40 megabytes, which I think is nuts. And yet it has
that's cool.
It is just so wonderful how Billy designed it. And especially for like Donkey's publishing arm, for that to be their first game, that is a huge boost to like their credibility.
That's nuts, man. I have JPEGs bigger than 40 megs.
Exactly.
I have JPEGs in my deck bigger than 40 megs.
Yeah. And I don't think anyone is going to be able to beat the game like fully for a long time. Like it's there's so many secrets. Like I've had access to the game for I want to say a month and a half, since I was doing some early testing on other handhelds for Billy. And nice. There's still so much I haven't found. So much.
Well, want to hear more about that, and great question, Michael Benny, for the Stubbs. That's me. For the entire panel, what's your favorite game, just in general, your favorite game to play on Steam Deck? And I'll start out this one. For me, I've been playing just a ton of Mega Man 11. It's my favorite game to play on the Steam Deck. It looks awesome, it plays awesome, and it feels great. Noah? I mean, the real answer is Balatro, but Noah, what's your...
Hey,
Balatro's so good.
So my current favorite game, is it just favorite overall or just favorite right now?
I guess, I don't know, favorite right now. It's hard to pick one overall, but what are you playing right now?
All right, so I don't think I can talk about that one.
We won't tell anyone. It's okay. You don't have to say there's a Chrono Trigger remake.
My favorite one that I've been playing a bit more of, and then one that I'm writing a review of right now too, probably Mullet Mad Jack. Like the game is so much fun.
I don't know what that is, but I need it.
It's so much fun. And it runs really well on the Steam Deck. You do have to set the frame rate a little bit lower. I'll go into that in our review.
I already love this game.
But it's really, really fun. And I enjoy it. And, it's good for right now, I would say. Like, there's a lot of amazing games. And, 1000X Resist is probably a really close second. Like, a really close second. But I really like Mullet Mad Jack, for sure.
It's a boomer shooter, right?
Boomer shooter.
It's a boomer shooter, right?
Nice. So you're going through you're going through floors to save the princess, and it's all like very anime-esque themed. So all the characters are designed to look more like the older anime style, and it's really good. It's really, really good.
Rob, how about you, man? What are you doing
I've
with your
been
deck
playing
right now?
Crow Country.
Crow Country. Keep seeing that in chat. What's this? Crow Country?
It's basically it's PS1 style Resident Evil, Silent Hills type of horror game. It's really cool graphics. It's what kind of sold me on it first, so that's what made me dive into it.
Let's take a look here.
Oh, you're opening it.
Crow Country is fantastic as well.
Yeah, the graphics just got me. That's where I was sold on it.
Oh,
nice.
Looks like a
PS1 game.
Dino Crisis
Yeah, it's awesome.
style. That is so cool.
I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a little bit more like Final Fantasy VII-ish.
Yeah, it definitely has that chibi
vibe.
look.
Yeah. I don't know. Mullet Mad Jack on the OLED must look amazing.
What is it? I'm gonna look that up again too. Mullet.
Yeah, that seems like a perfect Steam Deck OLED game.
Oh yeah, this looks good too.
The colors pop. And it's very responsive, and with a lower frame rate, it stays pretty solid. I haven't seen many drops below the new frame rate limit that I would set, but man, it is so good.
That looks really fun.
This just looks like Doom meets Persona.
Oh, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna have to check this one out. Is this one already out? This is already
so it released like 5 days ago, if I remember correctly.
How much is it?
Oh, I can check right now.
It's 10% off right now. It's $17.99.
$17.99. Okay. All right, $17.99.
Yeah.
Load yourself up with some new boomer shooters, some Steam games, and of course, there's Humble bundles going on right now that have a bunch of good ones for the deck. So check that out. There's
the Monster Hunter bundle is nuts to me.
Yeah, I saw that.
I still can't believe that they have a bundle like that.
If we're so cheap, yeah, you get Rise and you get what's the other one?
World.
World, yeah, World.
Yeah. I actually got three. I bought 3 copies of that bundle.
3 copies for friends.
No.
just
to have.
Okay.
I see a good deal and I can't help it.
Yeah, I know. That's how it goes around here sometimes. You're like us. You got a little bit of touch of the sickness. I like that. So
I was a collector first before doing SteamDeckHQ. I had over 3,000 games.
Yep, I used to be
on Steam already. So now it's
damn.
Yeah.
You got
trying
me
to be on the Foxes level.
I think I have centuries worth of backlog here.
I have like 2,600, 2,700. I'm not quite at 3,000. One day I'll get there.
In 10 years, Rob is going to Neuralink himself into a computer and just play his backlog like that.
That sounds pretty cool.
Well, this is a video here from G-Man Lives, so this is nice coverage of the Mullet Mad Jack. He says it's ridiculously good. I don't know what you all think, but it looks pretty cool.
I'm sold just by that title.
I am too. As soon as I heard the title, I was like, okay, I'm getting this game. And then I saw it. It's like, I'm definitely getting this game.
Crow Country, another good one. And Aish, what about you, man? What are you doing? What are you doing with your deck lately?
Mostly playing with it. It's,
That's what we all do.
I'm playing a Nier Automata on it, and it looks amazing, and it runs.
How do you spell that? Nier.
Nier.
Is it
N-I-E-R.
Automata or Automata?
I don't know how it's supposed to be said.
Neither do
I. In my head, I say it one way, and then out loud, I say it a different way.
Yeah, Nier Automata.
Yeah, I don't even want to say it anymore.
Yeah, no, now I don't feel like I'm being judged whenever I say it.
It's not going to be any worse than how Stubbs will say it.
Hey, now.
For anybody that hasn't played that game, you have basically bullet hell, you have open world, you have side-scrolling, you have hack and slash, you have giant robot fights, you have pretty much everything.
I mean, the game starts out, and I was sold already the way it starts.
Oh yeah, I know.
I was like, I'm good. I'm sold.
So the opening of the game, you're in like a mech suit that's flying to the enemy base, and you're doing just a bunch of aerial combat. And then as soon as you land, it's like open world, and it goes into side scrolling. It's just awesome the whole time.
And the characters are cool. Story's cool.
Apparently it's pronounced. Baldy Rudy says it's pronounced automata. Automata.
No, automata.
Automata. Now he didn't say how we put the emphasis on. Automata.
No, you can put your emphasis on any
Rudy
of them.
told me himself. He told me himself.
Automata. I'm going to call it
automata.
Automata.
Nearly automatic.
Forget about it.
Near automata.
Yeah.
Why do you sound like you're from Brooklyn?
Because
see, there you go, side scrolling. It's
Rob,
just
you and I are two brothers from a different
from
mother.
Another mother.
Another mother. That's near
There's also
onomatopoeia.
There's also like a weird, like almost like creepy-ish, like Tim Burton-ish type of vibe going on in the game at the same time. So it's a mash of a bunch of things, and it's just a fun game to play.
Baldy Rudy will be on the podcast in
Careful
August.
what you
Stay
wish
tuned.
for.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about automata. I can't wait to get my automata on my deck soon. So, thanks, Aish, for. It looks cool though, man. I mean, it looks.
It's a cool game. Definitely.
It is. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like
until you wander somewhere where you're not supposed to have wandered at that point, and you haven't done enough upgrades, and you just get wrecked by a robot, or you take down a robot and you realize that it was actually friendly, and then you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah, that happened to me constantly.
Fair.
Yeah. I almost destroyed a robot child because it was running, and I was like, oh wait, no, I'm not supposed to destroy this one. Yeah, this game it kind of messes with you a little bit.
The experience.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a great game.
Well, good question. Thanks, Stubbs. Anyways, next question.
Yes,
Benny
thanks,
again.
Stubbs.
Question for San Diego headquarters. SteamDeckHQ. Odin,
is that for me?
Yeah, I think he's trying to make a funny little joke on your name there.
Okay.
No,
Odin
it's standard
2,
definition,
Michael
high
Benny's
quality.
great.
standard definition, high
Yeah, no,
quality.
there we go.
Noah. By the way, man, this is we're hazing you right now. This is how we start our friendships.
Got it.
With
Perfect.
a little bit of light love and prodding. Odin 2 is doing a mini version. Would you use a Steam Deck Mini without trackpads, or does a Steam Deck experience need trackpads?
For me personally, I think I need the trackpads. Like, part of the experience of the Steam Deck is being able to go into desktop mode, and I think using the trackpads to easily navigate is a game changer. It's probably why I use, like, of all the handhelds I have, it's probably why I use the Kun the most out of all of them, because it also has those trackpads. And then, you know, if you're playing a point and click game or some RTS games, like we were testing Men of War 2, and the implementation of their own like controller configuration is okay, but I just reverted back to just using the trackpad. You know, it's just so much easier to move the cursor around that way instead of trying to do it, you know, any other way. So it would be very hard. I think I would be curious and I'd be open to it, but I think part of the appeal of the Steam Deck to me is to have those trackpads.
Well, there you have it. And apparently Aisha's wife is in chat. Hello, Aisha's wife.
I think she left already.
Oh,
She was around there, and I think she's gone now.
I've never met you in person, but
No, she's probably got better things to do.
yeah, well, this is the podcast is the best place to be for everybody. Now, good question. Thank you. Question for Steam Deck HQ from Zoo Reviews. What is your favorite butt rock band and or song?
I have a question.
Continue.
What is a butt rock? What
okay.
just what is butt? Is it just rock? But
Creed,
do
Nickelback.
people play with a butt, or like,
Yes. Well,
or is it like? Is it
It's a
sound
free
like?
country.
Is it rock music where it sounds like shit?
yes.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm not gonna sit here and take the disrespect for Nickelback, okay?
It's true. It's you know, it's the songs you hear, you go into the bar and you're like, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, you've never looked at a photograph.
But you're not going to say yeah openly. Like, you're not going to be like, yeah, this is my song. You're kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Nickelback. There's a specific song. I have to actually look for it because I have it on my phone, and I'm not proud of it.
See, exactly. This is the exact definition.
Okay,
yes.
Well then let me pull it up. It is Gotta Be Somebody, Nickelback.
That's a great song. Well, how can you not be proud of that?
I don't know what that song
Nickelback.
is.
No, okay. You know what? Nickelback didn't do anything to anybody. Okay, they were just out there making great music to feed your soul, and they got disrespected in Brazil.
We go.
But whenever I see them, I feel like I'm personally offended.
It's
There
the
they
hair.
are. Gotta Be Somebody.
It's the hair with the choker.
Now let's break down the lyrics to this song. I don't actually know this song. Let's see here.
Did you have a romance form over this song at CES?
This time, I wonder what it feels like to find the one in this life, like the Steam Deck, the one we all dream of, like the Odin 2 Mini, but dreams just aren't enough, so I'll be waiting for the real thing. I'll know it by the feeling. The moment when we're meeting will play out like a scene straight off the silver screen, much like the silver you see in the RG35XXSP.
This is like Ayaneo's advertising campaign, basically.
I'll be holding my breath, Rob, right up until the end, until that moment when I find the one that I'll spend forever with. This is all about handhelds. Amazing. Good song choice, man.
Nickelback gets us.
They get
some of my best work and the most memorable parts of what I do is accidental. For sure.
We're all a bunch of happy accidents. It's okay.
We really are.
I don't want to ask my mom if that's true. I think I'll be disappointed.
Just
with
look
the
at
answer.
when your parents got together and your age, and you'll know the answer to that question.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah.
Good question, Zoo. Noah, you built a website. How do I center a div?
So I did not build the website. SteamDeckHQ has 3 people that are behind the scenes. I'm the CEO, so I came up with the idea. I came up with all the ideas for the site itself. I wrote all the content initially, and now we have other writers, but I'm still the editor-in-chief, and I still do writing. But I'm basically in charge of the entire business and the website itself. The website was built by our dedicated developer, and he's awesome. And he makes he's not a web developer by trade, but if you look at our website, you would not be able to tell.
It looks
so
awesome,
he's
man.
the one that built it. He would
great.
be better equipped to answer that question because I don't know what a div is.
I don't make our website either at all. I also rely on much smarter people who know that stuff. So I don't know what a div is either. I'm not.
I feel like I should know. I feel like I should. I have some general knowledge, but nothing specific. I need to rely on him for that kind of stuff.
Grimlock, good question, by the way. Grimlock, oh damn, I forgot to ask a question. So, what's your favorite mech game, or which would you try if you don't normally play?
Is that one for me as well?
For you, sir.
I think for me right now, Armored Core 6 is still my favorite.
Nice.
I love the game. It was also I think it also I'm a little bit biased. It was the first Bandai Namco game that we got pre-release access for. So it kind of sticks with me a little bit more, but oh man, it's so good.
I haven't played Armored Core since Masters of the Arena on PS1, but I should pick it up again.
It runs well on the Steam Deck too. For how it looks, it's pretty fantastic.
Well, good question. Thanks, Grim. And last question. This one actually, I guess, is for me and Rob. Can you please tell Miyoo to take that awful logo off on top of their flip? So they have their logo on top. Yes, I'm sure in the final.
Listen to us.
I'm sure in the final version we're not going to see that. Remember, Anbernic had that on the SP, and then they removed it at the last minute.
Thankfully.
I think we're going to be.
Are we forgetting that
there.
I invented the Miyoo flip?
Oh, that you did?
Yeah, I took offense to this.
Well,
we covered this on the podcast.
I know.
Just for that, I'm going to tell them to keep the logo.
Okay, well, have it your way.
I will.
Well, thanks everybody. I think we're gonna kind of wrap up here. But anyone have any last minute kerfuffles or exasperations to get out of their system?
Exasperations?
I don't know. That's work.
I think it took me a second to register. I'm like, huh? Exasperations.
It's just, you need to just. It's a long. It's only Monday and it's already been a long week. I don't know how you guys feel, but
my Monday is still going, so I understand entirely.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be. My schedule is still screwed. I think it was just really bad timing. I have a doctor's appointment for our daughter today, and it got moved up, so I can't go sleep after this either. So
oh no! Drink some coffee. Well, thank you for spending your day getting into shenanigans with us and letting us completely torture you on this podcast. Welcome to the RH Friendship family, and we hope to have you on another one. And we chat more about these good stuff, and we'd love to really chat about other stuff in the Steam Deck too. I think Ayaneo is fair game, and I still need to get a Kun, so that's on my bucket list.
I still want to get my hands on a Kun as well.
One day.
I do too.
One day.
Much, yeah.
Also, keep the podcast coming, man. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That really means a lot. This is, again, like everything that we're doing on YouTube is like new territory for me. So I'm like learning as we go along, and like podcast stuff, especially that's not something I've ever done. And, it's my first time really. Anything that we're doing right now is really my first time doing it.
You're learning on the fly. So that's all we do here.
Website, first time
I think
doing
we all
anything like that. Writing, same thing.
Yep.
Me running a company, same thing. All of this is just new, big, one giant learning experience all throughout.
Well, go check out Noah's podcast, and it's youtube.com/@SteamDeckHQ, all one word. It's in our description. Check out the website, also in our description, for your latest, best configurations for various games, for game reviews, and just everything Steam Deck related, utilities, and all that good stuff. Check it out. The man puts a lot of work into it, and we're happy to have him on the show.
Thank you.
And we are going to wrap up here, everybody. So once again, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching our show, for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your weekly dose of handheld news. A special thanks to our guest, Noah, again, at SteamDeckHQ. Check them out. Thanks to our channel members, patrons, and subs for making this show possible. Perks with RH start for as little as $3 a month. Don't forget to check out our other videos. Join us on our Discord to chat and play games. And join us next week, where we're going to have Zoo on for some unhinged shenanigans. And then I'll be gone to Computex in Taiwan on June 3rd, so no show that week. June 17th, Team Pandori. June 24th, Matt HM. July 8th will be Tech Dweeb. Actually, Tech Dweeb doesn't know that. I haven't actually invited him on for that date yet. Oops. I'm gonna request July 8th, Tech Dweeb, for you to come back on the show.
I'm pretty sure he's watching right now.
He is. He asked a question in the comments I responded to.
Oh, he does? Dweebin, man. Hey.
You're on for July 8th.
But July 8th, we'd love to have you come back on and do our D&D special and do the second part of the next D&D campaign together. So
we have more Pau Kitties to throw.
Yes, you're in. Okay, more D&D. Monday, July 8th, you catch us here. We'll be doing more D&D. That'll be a special episode. And it'll be ridiculous. Once again, check out Noah. Check out Aisha's new review on the SP that was out today. Rob's SP review. Both of you guys did an awesome job on those. Those were banger videos. I'm very jealous. I need to get better at that. But that was top tier content. And
if you're watching, please subscribe.
Huh? Like, comment, subscribe.
If you're watching, please subscribe.
If you're watching, please subscribe.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to win this sweet Gulikit KK3 Pro, we got 4 of these to give away. Not even out yet. Remember, follow the description, the rules. like, subscribe, comment, join the AKNES Discord, and we'll announce winners next Monday. But until the next time, everybody, this has been Stubbs on behalf of Rob, Aish, and Noah. Take care of those handhelds and each other.
Good night, everyone. Take care.